This is a takeover. Wall Street and the ASX now at our fingertips with this right here.
Welcome to Eagle Review, proudly supported by Steak. Visit hellosteak.com or go see them in the App Store today. Round 4 on the road at Marvel Stadium. Not many punters giving us much of a chance. Challenge accepted. The engine room is absolutely decimated, but there's still A-plus quality all over the park. Real tight in the first. Pressure is high and both teams rebounding well out of the back 50. Gov, TB, just scorching from the start. Then, late in the quarter, O'Neill on the boot quickly. Rioli. How gutsy is that? Drifting back into the unknown with this juggler. The boys' accuracy just superb all night. A whopping 8 goals 2 from set shots compared to the Pies 4 goals 5. Second term, Collingwood wrestles back some control, getting on top in scoring from the stoppages. And with under a minute left in the half, how clean was this from Zach Langdon? He had a game, 15 disposals, 6 grabs, 7 score involvements. And this was one of the important ones to Liam Ryan. And we have our nose in front at the half. The third term belonged to the Pies, however, with a well lopsided inside 50 count, 19-6. Some elite Eagles defending and missed opportunities from the home team meant for a real tight and tense ball game. Then this air swing from Rioli searching for goal of the week instead slams into the point post. A nasty crash. Thank goodness for all that padding. Collingwood fans then go berserk as the push is called. The casual snap on the left, then he nails it. Just an amazing seesawing battle being eaten up by all 25,000 in the stands. Then in the last, it was the tall Timber who stood up. First JK, then Waterman snaps round the corner with this Nelson feed, gets the bounce, and the boys can smell that elusive 2022 victory. Darling makes sure of it with this set shot, and the boys register one of the most courageous underdog wins in club history, booting 7 of the final 9 goals of the game. Here's the acting skipper post-match.
Oh, it's a big one, obviously not having a win all year, and I guess the adversity the boys have been through the last month or so. It's just good for the morale. We're off a 6-day turnaround and back to Perth tonight, so the flight back to Perth is a long flight, but it's much more enjoyable with the 4 points.
The Eagles ranked last in scores from turnovers in the AFL, but got the better of the Pies in this department, booting 7 goals to 5, despite going inside 50 less than Collingwood from this statistic. McGovern entered the game ranked number 1 in the comp for intercept marks, and he chalked up another 5 on Saturday. The big fella looks fantastic to start the year, coming off his hip surgery from the off-season. His wingman Tom Barrass also took some genuine crackers alongside him, as well as notching a career-high 12 spoils on the day. Both sides have alternated collecting the 4 points. In the last 7 occasions they've tangled, a bizarre stat dating all the way back to that famous day, you guessed it, in 2018. It was also the first win in Eagles colours for these soggy lads, Patrick Naish, Hugh Dixon and Brady Hoff, not to mention assistant coaches Jared Schofield and Matty Knights, who were far too experienced to be caught in the middle of all that sticky mess. Willie Rioli surely collects the 3 votes. Superb on the night. 3 goals straight, 10 contested possessions, second highest of his career. He is pure magic with ball in hand. Spent some time roving as well. Think we've seen how difficult it's been with these boys coming out of COVID protocols, and that is an absolute match-winning return from number 44.
My man!
You never forget your first, and for Luke Edwards, you don't get much better service than this. Don't give Liam Ryan that kind of time. He had a quality game. This is one of his 7 score involvements to give it to the son of a gun for his first goal in the comp. Then Paddy Naish felt a bit left out, joins the goal kickers club, bagging his first in the blue and gold. It took until 7 minutes left in the second for JK to know what the footy felt like, but this is what makes him so damaging. 2 kicks, 2 goals. The second from well outside the painted 50 to keep his side on the hunt. Then a minute into the last, Willie just doing Willie things, feeds it to JK, and that's his best for the day. What a perler. 4 kicks, 3 goals. Thanks for coming.
and hit me with the power of the Ultimate Warrior.
A collective award for the entire Eagles midfield, missing a host of names, but here are some new ones to remember. Naish, what an instrumental pickup 6 weeks ago. West, who's still building towards his peak, coming off a hammy. O'Neill, Luke Edwards, the veteran Reddo for leading them all into battle. They certainly stood up in the final term, leading the clearances 11-5 and outscoring the Pies 3-1 in this stat. It's a cruel game for Jamie Elliott, suffering a nasty dislocated shoulder from this Jermaine Jones tackle in the fourth. We wish the versatile Pie all the best with his 12-week recovery from surgery. On West Coast side, Luke Edwards was subbed off at three-quarter time. He seems to have aggravated his groin coming off his OP issues from last year. Stay tuned to the St John Medical Report come Tuesday. Some fair dangles attempted on the night. Liam Ryan almost nailing mark of the decade here over Noble Scone. Jake Waterman also trying to get on a couple of footy cards with this leap, but in the end it was Myercheck who took some belters. The first wrestling it from Gov, then riding Gov and a teammate, then this ripper on the goal line. He took 6 contested marks on the night from a forward. Yeah, you got to pay that. Geez, I rated Luke Foley's collect between the legs here in defensive 50. Very sneaky stuff from Langdon pinching this grab from Dixon. Stark contrast with these two Pies. Have a look at the time on the clock. Cameron and Hoskin Elliott collide. That would have thrown a spanner in the works had Collingwood gold there. Going around the grounds, halfway through the last, unsure what coaching move this is from the Hawks sideline. This would be the most expensive ball retriever in the game. Most likely double time and a half for a Friday night shift. How's the hold up to the start of the final term at the Cattery? Too many boats on the field. Definitely a new one. Some of the best sponsorship concocted by Portside Phillip Ferries. Throwing the anchor out and holding up the game. Thanks for watching Eagle Review, courtesy of Stake, and remember, their slick modern interface makes getting into the market absolutely seamless. Download Stake from the App Store today.
This is a takeover. Wall Street and the ASX now at our fingertips with this right here.